what if I told you there's a hidden grammar in math, one you use every single day without even thinking about it? Today, we're going to decode the universal language of numbers, and believe it or not, it all starts with a simple question you might hear at your local coffee shop. All right, pop quiz. Do this one in your head. You grab a coffee for $3, and you also get 5 donuts, which are $2 each. What's your grand total? Go on, think about it for a second. Got an answer? Okay, lock it in. So what'd you get? If your answer was $16, you probably added the 3 and the 5 first, and then multiplied by 2. But if you got $13, you likely multiplied the 5 and 2 first, and then added the 3. See the problem? We have 2 totally different prices for the same order, so who's right? Well, this exact kind of confusion is something mathematics just can't allow. To stop your coffee bill from turning into a big debate, there's a universal rulebook, a globally agreed-upon order that guarantees everyone, no matter where you are, gets the exact same answer. And that rulebook has a name you probably remember, maybe with a little bit of dread from school. PEMDAS. It's not just a random acronym, it's the secret code that unlocks any mathematical problem with more than one step. It tells us the exact order, the hierarchy of what to do first. So let's decode this thing. Think of PEMDAS as a ladder of importance. At the very top, with the highest priority, you've got P for parentheses. Anything inside those little brackets gets VIP treatment. You always solve that stuff first. Right below that on the ladder is E for exponents. You know, those little power numbers. Then we get to the real workhorses, M and D for multiplication and division. And finally, we clean everything up with A and S, addition and subtraction. Now, here is the crucial detail, the one thing that trips almost everybody up. PEMDAS isn't really 6 different steps. Multiplication and division are actually partners. They're on the same level. So when you see both in a problem, you don't pick one over the other, you just work from left to right. And the exact same thing is true for our other duo, addition and subtraction. They have the same rank and you solve them last, just as they appear, from left to right. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's put this codebreaker to work. We're going to solve our coffee shop mystery once and for all, and then we'll level up and try something a bit trickier. All right, we're back at the coffee shop. The problem is 3 plus 5 times 2. So we have a standoff, addition versus multiplication. According to our new rulebook, who gets to go first? That's right, multiplication comes way before addition in the hierarchy. So first, we calculate 5 times 2, which is 10. Then, and only after that's done, do we add the 3. Our little problem becomes 3 plus 10, giving us the one true correct answer, $13. And just like that, the mystery is solved. Ready to kick it up a notch? Take a look at this beast. 20 minus 4 divided by 2 plus 3 squared. Okay, let's just follow the rules. Step 1, P for parentheses. Inside we have 20 minus 4, which is 16. Easy? Our problem now looks like this. Step 2, E for exponents. That 3 squared becomes a 9, so now we've got this. Step 3, division. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And look at that, we're almost there. Step 4, addition. 8 plus 9 gives us our final answer, 17. See? By following the order, a really messy-looking problem becomes a simple, step-by-step process. The whole point here is to avoid the biggest mistake people make, just solving from left to right like you're reading a book. If you take 6 plus 2 times 3 and just go in order, you'd get 8 times 3, which is 24. Totally wrong. But PEMDAS tells us, no, you gotta multiply first. That gives you 6 plus 6 for the correct answer of 12. It's a small change in the process that makes a huge difference in the result. Okay, I know what some of you are probably thinking. This is just some nerdy trick for math class, right? No. The truth is, PEMDAS is like this invisible engine running in the background of your daily life all the time. Seriously, think about it. Calculating a final bill that has a bunch of items plus sales tax, that's PEMDAS. Doubling a recipe but also adding an extra scoop of something, PEMDAS. Figuring out a sports score where a team gets points for 3 goals but then has a penalty deducted, yep, that's PEMDAS at work. Making sure the score is right every single time. So let's bring it all home. What's the real takeaway here? Why does this all matter? The order of operations isn't just some random rule from a dusty textbook. It's the very foundation that allows all of us to communicate logically and consistently using the language of numbers. So let's burn this hierarchy into our brains one last time. It's a simple 4-step dance. First, you bust open anything in parentheses. Second, you knock out any exponents. Third, you work through all the multiplication and division moving from left to right, and finally, you sweep up all the leftover addition and subtraction, again, from left to right. That's the code, every single time.
And that really is the bigger picture. PEMDAS isn't just for a test. It's a universal system, a shared logic. It's what makes sure that when an engineer designs a bridge, their calculations mean the exact same thing to the construction crew building it. It's what allows a scientist in Brazil to perfectly replicate an experiment from a paper published in Japan. It is, quite literally, a global language.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. Imagine a world without this rulebook. What would happen if everyone just made up their own order of operations? Bridges might not stand, recipes would be a disaster, and yeah, your coffee and donut bill would be a new argument every single day. It's the silent agreement that makes our very complex world work.